Good afternoon. It is February 3rd, 2023, and today we really just have a range day. Now that I'm looking at it, it's probably just a measured move of from the midline. Yeah, you can see that, and it's also the close from yesterday that we just tested. So, uh, just another example of market geometry. So we'll take a look at this. There could be some trades that I didn't mark, or just some that I missed in my review that I'll catch the second time. But there were some good trades later in the morning, so we'll see if there are some earlier in the morning that I missed. There's a couple of news items. So 5 o'clock comes, somewhere in here when we were moving up in what appeared to be the overnight range. So do you get a setup there? So you do get a failure right here. So if you're in here a little early, that looks like a failure to me. We make a triple bottom. I'd mark that blue, to be honest. We make this move down. Try and make a new low once. Try and make a new low twice. Fails both times. And I mean, really, we already made a new low. If you look at that. Okay, well, perhaps not. But, I mean, you'd probably have the channel. It's probably something like that. So you get a break, close outside, move to a new low, and they try and make a new low again 2 more times. It fails, and then you get a failed second entry short. And you can see a bunch of people like that. But then comes the news item, and it really shows some stability about here. So I don't see anything in there really that I like. There's some support in here, and we break beneath that, and then we just go sideways. So I think I'd want to stay out of all that. But then eventually it reverses, and you get well, actually, you don't get a perfect reversal pattern, but this looks like a reversal. So if you want to treat it that way, that's why I marked it green, because it's not much of a reversal pattern, because the reversal trigger right there, or would have technically triggered right there, and you can see that failed, but you get a second entry long right there, so maybe you take that. But it just looks congested, and with all this, given the context, I don't think you would be really considering that. You get a second entry that confirms the trend channel right here, but it's a doji. Then you get a higher low right here, but you're going into those highs. So I mean, I'll mark it aggressive, but it's not the greatest setup. And then we have this sideways stuff on what turns out to be the overnight range midline. So I don't think you can take any of that. And then you get a second entry right here off the trend channel again, but you get, it's just congested, very sideways. So no entries there. Then we bounce off the trend channel again, but then we find resistance at the midline, and we get a leg of correction, probably 2 legs up. It finds resistance at the previous level of support, and then we get a leg down. So that's probably just 2 legs down. You can see it went a little further than that. And then we're just going sideways for a little bit. So you're expecting prices to try and make a new high. But right here, they're just going sideways. I don't think you can really hop in on anything in here. And you get a failure right here, a reversal, but this one closes beneath the EMA, so I don't think you can take that. And then it just goes much higher. And this kind of looks like a hidden second entry long, but I'm not taking that. Maybe some people are taking that, but I'm not. So that goes a little higher, We get a close outside, move to a new high, 2 legs of correction, and you get a higher low right here. Really, maybe you look at this as a double top, first entry, second entry, and this is a higher low, but it looks like we already got a move to a new high, and at that point you're thinking it could be a range, so I don't think you want to take that. Like the day was a range, I mean. So I don't think you want to take that. And this turned out to be a spike in channel. So we rock it up a little bit, and you know, the micro channel, you get this. And actually, yeah, I wasn't even planning on drawing it like that. That actually looks kind of accurate. Get a break, move to a new high, a couple legs up to a new high, and it just reverses. Come back down, we bounce on that channel. This confirms the channel. And you get people getting trapped. So this is a really nice trap. I don't think you can take it though. But it's, you see people going long for the second entry and they get trapped and stopped out. And then those people going short get stopped out, and that creates this second leg up. Maybe you take that, because if you see this channel up and you see this, a leg like this, you know, that might be worth guessing that we're getting a second leg up. But it's below the EMA. It's not a great setup. However, when we do get that second leg up, and we get this double test right here. Actually, yeah, you could probably argue to take that too. But you get a first entry, second entry, very bullish signal bar. Closes through the midline. I like that setup. There's some overlap there, but I thought it might be a good enough trap to go to these highs, and that's what it did. So then we come up, and you know, I really probably should have marked this green, because when we didn't make it to the channel highs here, that's a sign that we're gonna have a break. So this is probably green. Yeah, I should change that. And then when we come up here and get this like triple test, and we fail to reach the highs, and you get a sell-off. I mean, yeah, it's a matter of time, and you get this first entry, second entry short. But when we bounced right here, so it's just I think it's aggressive. I think it might be a little too early, but it does turn out to be a good move. And we come down here and we get a failed break into the overnight range, and then you get a first entry, failed second entry, and I like that. I mean, this looks, you get a leg down, and you could look at it as a leg down and 2 legs down to a new low. And this thing rocketed through the EMA, so I think that's a pretty good setup. And we make one last attempt at a new high, and then it just reverses. So I don't see anything in here you want to take. I do want to say maybe perhaps you take this trade right here. I'll mark that on the double test, and knowing that we haven't hit the top of this trend channel, and really you have a break of this channel and a move to a new high. So, you know, you might get a top, and that is a top. But anyway, we reverse right here, big sell-off. We're going sideways here, get another leg down, and then we get a break, and you get a first entry, second entry. But that looks like one leg up, and really You get this first, second entry. So they trapped a bunch of people right there. So if you didn't get caught biting right there and you catch the second leg up, maybe you take this one, because this is not a convincing break, so you have a feeling that we're gonna go lower. And I mean, this kind of looks from here to here, this kind of looks sideways, and that's probably what it is, because then you get a perfect bounce right there, but then they just trap people. So maybe you take that. So break of this channel, one leg, 2 legs of correction, 1 leg, 2 legs down to a new low, and then you get some buying coming back, and that forms this like spike up and channel down. Technically, technically this is the second entry. I think I was looking at it like this was the second entry, which is why, I don't know, maybe I meant to mark that. Because, I mean, technically that is the second entry, but that's aggressive. Technically this looks like a failure, but you're looking for a failure off the trend channel. Down here we have a reversal pattern, but this looks like a channel to me, so I'm expecting a new low. But that is a pretty bullish reversal pattern. And then here we get a failure in a reversal pattern. And really, we're looking for a new low anyway from this channel. And this kind of looks like we had a leg up and moved to a new high. So first entry, failed second entry. It breaks through the EMA, tests it once, tests it twice. That's the reversal I like. And you can see a lot of people like that. And this looks like a pretty good reversal too. So there's a lot of reversal setups today. I'm marking that blue, but it's a little sideways. So, but yeah, I mean that's a good. These are good reversal setups. I like them. So, that's how I saw it today. We'll take one last look at it. We'll have to see how it closes today, because it's 12:24. Market closes in 36 minutes. But right now it's looking like the bar is going to be a doji. But that could change on the daily chart. I'll pause the video. We'll take a look at the daily chart again. So here we have it. And yeah, it's looking like a bearish doji right now. But if this is the opening price and prices are up here, I don't know why it would be a bearish doji right now. But anyway, it's looking like people played this as a double bottom, and you maybe got a failure right here. So anyway, one last look at it. I'm done for